Are we live?
Hi.
Yeah, we're all here. Hey, Ben.
Well, hi, Vera.
Hey, nice to see you.
Likewise.
Well, I guess I should talk to the audience and not just to you, because I'm going to be doing plenty of talking to you. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We're here to celebrate Independent Bookstore Day with me and author-illustrator Ben Clanton. I'm Vera Brosgol. I'm the author and illustrator of the books Leave Me Alone, graphic novel Be Prepared, and most recently a picture book called Memory Jars. This is a special virtual event for those of you who support your local indie bookstores, like I do. So we have some cool stuff coming up for you. Ben is going to read something from Narwhal Jelly that he's never read before. And we're going to do some drawing together, which I'm very excited about. I have all my art supplies ready to go, and we'll answer any questions you might have. So as you've hopefully seen on that opening slide, you can talk to us in the chat and we'll see them. So if you have any questions for us, you can put them in there and we'll get to them towards the end. And also you can just like give us any reactions you've got, talk about sea creatures, whatever's going on with you today. But yeah, that's enough out of me. Let's focus on the reason we are all here, Mr. Ben Clanton. Ben is the New York Times bestselling author and illustrator of the amazing and delightful Narwhal Jelly series. His picture books include Moe's Mustache, Vote for Me, Rot, The Cutest in the World, Boo Hoo, It Came in the Mail. You've done a lot of picture books. Something Extraordinary, and Rex It. The latest Narwhal Jelly book is Narwhal's School of Awesomeness. And the seventh book, Narwhal Licorn and Jelly, is out in October 2022. He lives with his wife and kids in Seattle. Welcome, Ben.
Thanks, Vera. So, as Vera mentioned, have some art supplies ready. If everyone can, have something to draw on, draw with. If you don't have it yet, go ahead and grab it real quick, because we'll be doing a lot of drawing throughout, I think, including playing some drawing games and stuff. But to start out with, I am going to read something that no one has seen before. But before I do that, that'll be towards the end that I do that. First, I'll share a little bit from the last Narwhal Jelly book, School of Awesomeness. And it'll take me just a moment to pull up here. I'm going to do this from my iPad, see if I can remember how to do it. There we go. So I'm going to go into the books. There we go. So I thought I'd read the second chapter from School of Oz to begin with, because it has a little bit to do with the drawing game that we'll be doing in a moment. This is Waffle-matics. So what's today's first subject, Professor Noel? How about waffles? You know waffles aren't an actual school subject, right? Oh, maybe they should be. Hey, Vera, I'm going to interrupt myself here real quick. Any chance you want to read with me?
Sure. Do you want to give me a voice?
Yeah. Do you want Jelly or Narwhal?
Oh gosh. I feel like Jelly is more similar to my personality. So I'll go with Jelly if I get a choice.
All right.
Okay. So we're up to how about something fundamental? Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. How about something fundamental, like mathematics?
Fundamental? Ooh, let's study Waffle-matics. Sounds fun, enjoyable, amusing, delightful, diverting, riveting, engaging, interesting, neat.
Waffle-matics? Is that a real thing?
It is now.
Huh. It does sound sort of official.
Waffles plus math equals Waffle-matics. Let's start with a super important problem. How many waffles do I need to make for us?
Let's count. Starting with
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
17.
17? I believe you meant to say 11. 11 follows 10.
True, but I want to eat at least 7 waffles. Oh, I'd like 2 actually. Me too. 3 for me and 4 for me. This is what I'm talking about. This is adding up to oodles of waffles. 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4.
I must admit, this is one sweet subject.
Delectable, delicious, tasty, divine, scrumptious, toothsome, palatable, flavorful, yummy. And that's a little bit from School of Awesomeness. I'm going to be giving a sneak peek towards the end of our session today of the next one that'll be coming out. Let's see the over here. Does it pull up the title? Yeah. Narwhal, Corn, and Jelly. I'll actually be reading a comic that won't appear in the book itself, but kind of goes with it. Anyways, more about that in a little bit. I want to switch over, though, to doing a little bit of drawing.
Yeah. So does everybody have their art supplies ready? I've got some paper, and I'm going to draw with a marker, but you could use a pencil or a crayon or whatever you've got. Hopefully you're all ready to go, because I think, Ben, what are you gonna draw for us? Like, what are you gonna teach us how to draw?
So to start out with here, how about we do a narwhal and a jelly, and then we'll move on to a drawing game.
Sounds good. I love a drawing game.
We had taken the waffles and mathematics blend together. Narwhal likes to mix and match things. I like to do the same, especially when making creatures. So we'll do that in a moment. But to begin with, Narwhal starts with a shape that looks a little bit like a water droplet. You turn it around upside down.
Okay. So I'm going to draw my water droplet like that, but then I'm going to turn the paper upside down. That works.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
And then just above the widest point of that water droplet is where I draw a couple dots for some eyes. I draw them kind of tall because they look more excited to me that way. And Narwhal's pretty much excited about everything and everybody. And then between those two eyes, just a little bit below, I don't think Narwhal even knows how to frown. I'm pretty much smiling all the time. Waiting for a smile here. And then just a little above the midway point on our water droplet shape, draw a couple like sunflower petals for flippers here.
Okay.
And then a couple more of those at the tip for a tail. Also looks a little bit like a heart.
Oh, it does.
And then coming out of the top of the head here, even though on an actual narwhal, comes out of the upper lip, is this giant tooth, the narwhal's tusk. And narwhal is usually so excited about things that it's just bursting out of narwhal. So I'll often draw these emphasis just how big that feeling is.
That's his good vibes.
Exactly.
All right. So I got my narwhal. What do you think? How does it look, Ben?
That's amazing.
Is that a good narwhal? Passes the test. Hopefully everyone is drawing along.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, wait, no, we're not all on video. I was going to say we could all hold it up to the screen.
No, I really want to see if they're drawing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to assume that they are and that they're doing an awesome job.
Well, if anyone ever wants to send anything they've drawn to me on my website under frequently asked questions, there is a good address to send those to. And I'd love to write back and send drawings back.
Oh, awesome. Did you hear that? You get a real Ben drawing back if you send him a drawing. I would definitely take him up on that.
Going with an open mouth here. I just changed that, filled it in a little bit because I'm pretty excited about something.
Yeah, what's he excited about? What could he possibly be excited about?
For narwhal, it could be any number of things. Often involving waffles, but pretty much anything narwhal could get excited about. Jelly, though, is often get a feeling kind of uncertain about things. It's a bit of a worrywart. A lot like me, actually.
Yeah, same here.
And starts out with this little half circle, a couple little dots midway up there. Gonna go with a little O of a mouth here. Going, isn't sure about what's going on, so Jelly's tentacles help express how Jelly's feeling. So if upset, they'll shoot straight down. If really happy, they'll go squiggly wiggly. If surprised, they'll shoot out in all directions. Here, feeling kind of surprised about what is happening. So they're going out in all directions, and then a few little marks above going, ah.
So worried vibes. And I noticed you did six legs for a jelly, but your jelly can have however many you want to fit in there. It could have like,
for sure,
3, it could have 100. Just how much time do you have? I'm going to do 7 to be a little different.
I like that. And this is one of the great things about, even if someone following along with me, right, is going to draw this differently. Each one of us draws things a little bit unique, even if you're following exactly every step I'm saying. And that's awesome. That's what adds character to it. We each do our things in our own way.
Yeah.
I think, I'm wondering what these two are seeing, what Narwhal's so excited about, what Jelly's a little bit worried about. And I think it might be whatever creature we're about to draw. So
yeah. Can I show you? You can tell me if is this good, Ben? What do you think?
Amazing. I love it.
Good. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to actually exit out of the share. Can you hold it up again so I can get in?
There you go.
Yay.
Okay. I got some extra legs. I think it's pretty close. Not bad for our first time. Oh, good. We have someone who's following along. Karsha is following along. Okay. Well, is it time? Is it time for a drawing game? I've been waiting very patiently.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So we're going to play kind of a mixable game, take different things, add them together, make something new. So if anyone has any suggestions of what they'd like in the mix, whatever Narwhal and Jelly are seeing, about to encounter, what would you like to throw into the mix? You can add those in the chat of what you think would be fun. Seeing waffles and goop.
Well, we're definitely gonna have at least one waffle.
At least one.
I like the idea of some goop.
I'm going to pull back up my screen here, and I'll go ahead and get us started with the first.
Yeah, great.
Section of it.
Okay, I'm a little nervous for my turn, so I'm glad you're going first. Mustaches. We have another suggestion. Okay, I think we're gonna have a good pile of suggestions.
Yay. Uh-oh. Let me try this again.
Is that terrible thing happening?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's okay. I imagine you are all familiar with iPads and that they can be a little bit tricky. Has anyone drawn on an iPad before? There's something really nice about a piece of paper because you never have any computer problems. But look, you got it working. We're in good shape.
There we go. All
good
right.
shape. We're ready to draw.
Oh, I believe waffles came up a fair bit there. So I'm going to start with a waffle-like shape.
Okay.
I guess there's all sorts of waffle shapes we could do, but I just kind of went with like freezer twister waffle. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to draw these lines kind of light here so that we can draw over them easily.
Okay.
Just kind of a checked waffle pattern for.
And if you want to, you can draw along with us for this part too, or you can just watch and relax and take a break from the hard work of a Saturday. I'm sure you've all been outside supporting your indie bookstore and you're really tired, just want to put your feet up, watch professional artists draw waffles for you. That's totally cool. That's a nice looking waffle, Ben. I'm very hungry.
Oh yeah, you're coming to us, even though you're from Portland, right? You're from New York today, so.
I'm in New York City, so I'm going to try to find a waffle for dinner. But let's see what we're going to do with this waffle, because it's not just going to be a waffle. You're going to send it to me, right? And then I'm going to do something with it.
Message this over to Vera, and then we're going to take turns drawing on this together.
Okay. It might be a little slow, but I think we're gonna get going a little faster. There we go. I've got it.
Oh, so we've got waffles, seahorses, mustaches, mermaids, waffles and fish, and goop. Can't forget the goop.
Okay, so I'm gonna open this up and then I'm gonna do a screen share and you're gonna get to see what I am drawing. Okay. So.
And if anyone does have any questions for us that you want to ask Vera, that you want to ask me, feel free to go ahead and put those in the chat as well while we're doing a bit of drawing and chatting. Would love to hear what you want to find out about or want to discuss.
All right, so here's my waffle. And what did we have? Well, one of our suggestions was goop, right? Mm-hmm. So I was thinking like I wouldn't mind a sea creature, or I don't know, what do you think? I was thinking maybe like a sea creature that leaves a slimy trail, or we could do the mermaid is kind of a good suggestion. What do you think, Ben? What do you think sounds more fun?
Oh goodness, those both sound fun. Like what would leave a slimy trail within the water? And I'm thinking like on land, like slugs and stuff. Like oh, I don't know how to actually pronounce it. Nudibranch? Do you know what those are?
Nudibranch? Yeah, I do. I do not know how to draw one. That sounds like a very advanced thing to draw. So maybe I'll keep it easy for myself, and I'm gonna modify this waffle slightly and let me know if you know what I'm drawing, if this seems familiar. Okay. So I'm really kind of modifying this waffle a little bit. So does this look familiar to anybody? And I'm going to draw the goop. Does that look familiar, Ben? Do you see where I'm going with this?
Is it Nautilus? Is that where?
Maybe there's like a little area here where the drawing.
Or like a sea snail.
Yeah, I'm doing like kind of a sea snail. I've never seen that before, a waffle sea snail, but I think we have some room to add some more to this creature. What do you think? Does this look like a good place to hand it over to you?
Love that. Those kind of just go together, right? The shell and the waffle.
Yeah, I think so. When I saw your circle, that seemed like a good idea. All right. So let's see. Heading your way. Oh yeah, let me read you the question while you deal with the snail drawing. Okay. So Chris Taylor is asking, how long does it take to write a book from start to finish? And what are some of your favorite books? So let's do the first part first. I can answer while you are getting your drawing up and ready. It takes me, sometimes it takes 3 years to do a book from start to finish. My first comic book took that long. How long does it take you? Does it take you that long to do a Narwhal Jelly book?
To do like all the art and stuff? Well, no, never quite that long. Of course, you've done some much longer books than I have as far as your graphic novels go. But like from when I first have the idea to when the book finally comes out, yeah, absolutely. Like I think I first came up with Narwhal Jelly, the idea for them, in 2012, and then the first book didn't end up publishing until 2016. So that's a good 4 years from first idea to when it eventually came out.
Yeah, being an author, you have to be very, very patient. Even after you finish drawing it and you're really excited and it's all ready to go and you really want to show everybody and see it in the bookstores, you still have to wait an entire year for it to get printed. And it gets printed on the whole other side of the planet in China. And then you have to wait for it to get shipped back to America on a boat, which takes a really long time. So yeah, very patient, like a snail. How appropriate. All right, so what are you gonna add to the snail? What's going to be coming out of it, that slimy shell?
So we also had, I'm thinking, was it ice cream? Where'd the chat go? I want to look back and see what the
we had. Yeah, we had ice cream. We had mustaches, seahorses. Oh, okay. Do you know how to draw a seahorse?
Yeah, I'm thinking that would be very fitting here.
That'd be a really cool
animal shell though before. That'll be new.
Yeah. So do you know how to draw every kind of sea creature? Like you just have them all memorized? That's very impressive.
That would be very impressive. No, I think there's more sea creatures in this world than I even know of, right? It's one of the most exciting things. I think one of the reasons I'm drawn towards sea stuff so much in marine biology is that there's just so much still to be found out. And that to me is really exciting and captivating. And it can seem so otherworldly because a lot of it is stuff that we don't encounter day to day, like a narwhal. How many people actually get to see a real live narwhal within their lives? I mean, we can see photos, we can see videos, but actually see a narwhal, that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I bet sailors used to see them back before there were cameras and nobody believed them when they told them about them. They probably thought they were as made up as this seahorse snail is. But maybe there is a real seahorse snail. We don't really know. We don't know what's going on. The ocean is a very big place.
What would you call a seahorse snail? We're gonna have to come up with a name for this.
Yeah, we need a name for it. Does anyone have a name idea for this guy? You can think about it and put it in the chat. Oh, cool. He's got a name. There's a lot going on here, but I can think of something I could add to this.
All right, I'm going to send it back.
Shelly. Shelly is a very good name, I think. We got that straight away. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's very
That's
good.
pretty perfect. Okay, this is definitely a Shelly. Definitely a Shelly. Oh boy, here it comes. All right, I got it.
Oh, I'm seeing also within the chat, there's a question, what's your next new book called? So for me, the next one out is Narwhal Jelly, which I'll share a little bit of a preview of in just a few minutes. And then I also have another one that'll be coming out later this year. This one, Greatest in the World, Tater Tales, taking Mutant Potato Rot, who'd been in a couple picture books before, and now is entering a similar format to Narwhal Jelly with the graphic novel. And Vera, you were saying the other day to me that you're working on another graphic novel right now with sea theme.
I am, yeah. This is a very appropriate combination of artists because my next book is about mermaids, which was one of the suggestions in the chat too. So right now I am an expert at drawing mermaids. I do not know how to draw a seahorse at all. So I'm very impressed that Ben was able to whip this out. So I'm just going to do like one more little finishing touch to little Shelly here, which was one of the suggestions was, no offense, Ben, I'm going to draw over this a little bit, but I think like a nice mustache.
Yes.
Mustache always helps for Shelly here. So Shelly's a little bit, we don't know if Shelly's smiling anymore. I got rid of the smile. So Shelly's a little bit inscrutable. Inscrutable means you don't know what someone's thinking. They're mysterious. And maybe Shelly will have some eyebrows, which also makes someone look inscrutable and are also always funny, I think. Big bushy eyebrows. There we go. What do you think? Is this enough? Do we have enough on Shelly? Because I think if we don't have any other things to add, it would be really cool to see Narwhal and Jelly and what they think of Shelly. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to send this to you.
Okay.
Oops. This is really fun. We should just send each other drawings all the time.
Love that.
You got it?
Got it. And
so that's your reference picture. You're all set. So you can do a whole new picture, I guess, or you can draw onto that one.
Yeah, maybe I should just take the one we had and I can drop it in
and just add your characters.
Yeah. Now the question is how big is Shelly?
Yeah, do you think Shelly is big or small? What do you think?
Kind of want to go extreme one way or the other.
Oh, yeah. I'm
seeing a comment here. I love mermaid books. Sounds like someone will be looking forward to that mermaid story.
Well, you have to be very patient. It's going to be out next year. So hang in there, hang in there. It looks like we have a lot of people who want to see a big one because seahorses are really tiny. Actually, I've seen them in an aquarium. So I think big, giant big, actually. Giant big is the way to go here.
All right, I agree. Pull up my screen again. Ah, where is it?
So Ben, I have a question for you while you're getting this ready. Is it hard to do multiple things at the same time?
I often listen to like other books while I'm working on my own books. So
Well, that wasn't the question. My question is, what is the hardest sea creature for you to draw?
Hardest sea creature to draw?
Yeah.
Oh boy. You know, for the fourth book in the series, Narwhal's Otter Friend, that one was a bit of a challenge because
really?
I don't know. I think otters, it's hard to draw them anywhere as cute as an actual otter. They're just such a naturally sweet, cute creature. It's like, how can you improve upon that? You can't. So how do you get even close to that? My goodness, other ones that are hard to draw. I like the challenge of Hammerhead, Hammerhead Shark. I want to put one in a future book. Let's see. We'll have Narwhal here.
Oh yeah, Hammerhead Shark. That would be tricky. I think for me, I would have said seahorse actually, because I think I know what they look like, but I think the second I started drawing it, I would get some other strange creature. They have all kinds of weird angles on them.
I've got to admit, I always take a few, a little bit of creative license in anything I draw. So,
well, yeah, your otter was so simple and perfect and cute. It didn't look like it was hard for you to draw at all. But maybe you had a lot of drawings that no one ever saw where you practiced.
Oh, for sure. You know, most of the time, the image that's in my head isn't what comes out on paper. And sometimes that can be a little, I don't know, terrifying of a feeling of having that blank paper and trying to put that image on paper and getting caught up in wanting it to look that way. But, you know, I often find that some of the best stuff happens when I just don't overthink it, when I just allow it to kind of come out as it will. And then, you know, to do it again and again and again and again, it's becoming good at anything. It's all about practice. The other day we were talking, right, Vera, about least favorite things to draw. And I think you had mentioned that horses at one point were for you.
Absolutely, yeah. And when you hang out with kids, a lot of the time they really want to see a unicorn, which everyone knows is kind of a combo of a narwhal and a horse. And I didn't really know how to draw horses. I grew up in New York City, actually, so I never saw any horses. I didn't really know what they looked like. So I drew some very terrible horses in my house where no one could see. And I practiced and practiced, and slowly they started to get a little better. And now I'm actually pretty okay at drawing a unicorn. So I do that for kids all the time. But it took a while. You know, you can't give up. You have to keep going, and it's okay to start over. It's okay to erase. Erasing is awesome, and when you draw on an iPad, it's even easier.
Yeah, you might have seen that. I just redid a couple things there where I was like, oh, which way do I want the tentacles to go? At first I had it going as if Jelly was swimming towards, and now it's like, no. Jelly, I might be going out of here. So it's kind of want to go the other direction.
Yeah. Well, do you think Narwhal, what do you think Narwhal wants to do? Like, do you think he wants to try to eat the shell?
Oh no. Yeah, maybe Narwhal doesn't realize it's attached to an actual creature at this point. That could be a bit of a problem there.
Yeah, but maybe it's like a hermit crab. And has anyone seen a hermit crab before? Do you know how their shells work? So they don't it's not like a snail where they need to be inside the shell, or they're too soft to be on the outside. A hermit crab, when they get bigger and bigger, they get too big for their shells, and they have to go find a new one to live in. So it's okay if someone maybe starts eating their waffle shell. They can upgrade. It's no big deal. So I'm gonna think that maybe that's what's going on with Shelly.
I like that. Yeah, Shelly's just in need of a new one anyways. It's getting a little tight in there. Need a little more space. One's the
Yeah.
shell that has the bowling alley. I don't know.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? What do you think? What do you think his slime is made of? What substance do you think would come out of a waffle shell?
Ooh, would it be syrup? Would
I
it?
think it would be, I think syrup, yeah, or like strawberry jelly. What do you like on a waffle?
Yeah, I'm a very just classic syrup fan.
And
Most
butter?
part. I like to turn up. Um, yeah, and a bit of butter. Often just the syrup though. How about for you?
Yeah, sometimes not even the butter. I love bananas too. I like bananas and like chopped up nuts. And we have some suggestions for Nutella also, which is also amazing. All those things are good. You really can't go wrong with the waffle, I think. Never had a bad one. We're having a request for a penguin too. A penguin on a waffle. Maybe you can go wrong with the waffle. And someone's telling me about a mermaid parade in Coney Island in Brooklyn, which sounds amazing. Wow. I don't think that's happening while I'm here. I wish it was. But that would be really cool. And they're suggesting a narwhal and jelly float for the parade. Ben, can you make one?
Oh, I'll get on that.
That would be, then you have to get it across the country from Seattle. That would be great. So that was a pretty cool drawing, and now you got rid of it. But if anybody wants to maybe color that drawing, is there a way to get it from you?
Yeah, so let's see here. There's a couple things I could do. I can probably put that over to my computer here and put it in the chat. And then I can also go ahead and post it to my website after we finish up here today. So I'm going to just share with.
Oh, and apparently the Mermaid Parade is in June, so that's just a few weeks away. So I just have to stay here. I think I'm not going to go home and wait for the Mermaid Parade. Thank you, Dina.
And you have the excuse, right? That's for book work.
Yeah, it's research. It's totally research. That's awesome. So does anyone have any more questions for me and Ben about drawing, or how we became authors, or how we make our books? Because I have some questions also, if no one else does. Oh wait, yeah, I have one final question, but anyone? Let's give everyone a chance to ask questions. What was the very first book you ever made, Ben?
Well, I count the books that aren't published too. So even those that I made like when I was in first grade, right? About where I'd take paper together, staple it together, in which I was obsessed with parrots at that point. And so I would make books about parrots playing soccer, parrots. I'm trying to get this to go in the chat. Maybe I can't drop a photo in there.
I see a attachment file. Can you do it that way?
Attach the file.
It's like a little, oh, you have to put it in a drive.
House attendees.
Well, maybe while you're figuring that out. My first book was called Time Travel with a Toilet. In third grade. It was pretty good, I think. I only found the cover, but I'm sure the inside was really good too. You can kind of tell how the time machine would work, probably. Like I know how you would turn it on, but I don't know if you would like sit on the toilet or have to get into the toilet. What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of Harry Potter style where you have to scroll down.
Yeah, maybe. But you get all wet, and then you're wet when you show up in the past or the future. I don't know. I probably could do a better job writing it now as an adult, now that I can think things through a little more. But do you still have your parrot book?
I do. Yeah, so and I made multiple parrot books. Apparently I was into making series even back then. So
that's a good idea.
I guess it's the idea, like if you have a character that you really enjoy you want to spend more time with them. So it's, like Narwhal and Jelly are my friends, so I want to spend a lot of time with them, and that just makes more stories. But like this parrot got up to soccer, bike riding, pretty much anything that I enjoyed doing, this parrot also enjoyed doing. We were good pals. I did not manage to get the photo to come up here, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on my website, benclanton.com. I'll have it up there. As soon as we sign out and stuff, I'll make sure I drop it off there. But as far as like first published books go, my very first one is this one. It's called Vote for Me, featured an elephant and a donkey, each who want you to pick them. But for what wasn't entirely clear. I don't think they were even clear on exactly what they were aiming for. It's maybe it's more goofy than maybe the characters would make it seem to be.
I don't know, they look pretty goofy on the cover. That sounds pretty cool.
Oh,
my first
So I'm seeing a comment here from Evan, who's helping us run this, that I can go ahead and send it to him, and then he'll be able to send it to everyone too.
Oh, great. You're going to get it in your email. I'll make it very easy for you. We have another question from Chris asking, do you like writing or drawing better?
Oh, for me at least, it's pretty all connected. Like when I'm thinking about making something, it's usually all just together, the words and pictures. I probably spend more time doodling than I do writing, so I guess that might indicate that that maybe it's the drawing. That's probably the main thing for me. Mostly it begins in a sketchbook. I carry sketchbooks everywhere with me, constantly just adding little creatures and stuff in.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. Oh, I really want to look through. Oh, that's so good.
Serpent creatures and narwhals. Mermicorns.
Oh my gosh. Just publish that book. I want to read this book. This is great. Wow. I hope you're all enjoying that super sneaky behind the scenes peek at Ben's process. That's really cool. You have much cooler sketchbooks than me. Mine are very boring. I keep one too.
Sorry?
Oh, I was saying I keep one too, but I just I don't have any color in it. It's just black and white, and I just draw things from life. I don't make things up from my imagination very often.
Yeah, I don't do enough of the drawing from life. Like I used to be really into drawing scenes and like buildings and that sort of thing, but I tend to make just lots and lots of characters, and I'll have different sketchbooks for different purposes. So like that one's a watercolor sketchbook where it's maybe I spend a little more time with it, but then other ones that are just like throw it in my pocket so that it's on hand just in case an idea comes up or something.
So we had another question. Do you get your ideas from your sketchbooks? Are there like characters in there that will show up in Narwhal and Jelly books?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of the characters will start out there. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it's me just thinking about like my own childhood, like a couple of my books. It came in the mail, for instance. This one was inspired by one of my chores was checking the mail growing up, and I'd always be imagining what might be waiting in the mailbox for me. Like maybe Michael Jordan had found out what a big fan of him I am and was like, hey, come play basketball with me, play for the Chicago Bulls. And my imagination would just take me to places like that. And one day, doodling in my sketchbook, next thing I know, most fantastic thing I could imagine, this dragon's head poking out, kind of inspired by those fantasies I had had.
Mm-hmm.
How about for you, Vera? Where do your stories usually begin?
A lot of the time I think about hobbies, things I like to do. So my picture book, Leave Me Alone. I like to knit. So the main character likes to knit. And for my picture book, Little Guys, that came from a sketchbook. So I was just doodling, kind of like how you did. And I realized I was on the phone and I filled a page with these little acorn hat weird characters. And there were so many of them. and they looked really fun, and I just kind of wanted to keep drawing. So that seemed like a good sign. If I'm excited about drawing something, maybe there's a book in it somewhere. So yeah, kind of all over the place, but sketchbooks are definitely a really good place to put your ideas. And they're kind of nice because they're private too, so you don't have to show everybody until you're ready. You can practice and erase and make mistakes and try things out.
I know a lot of people just never share their sketchbooks. It's just their own personal place.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever kind of works for you, right? The Little Guys, though, I love that book. Leave Me Alone is, I think, my very favorite of your picture books. But The Little Guys, my son is absolutely obsessed with them. And we have played as one of our like make-believe games is The Little Guys.
How did you do that? What does that game look like?
It'd been a little while since we'd last played it, but it pretty much involved him kind of bossing me around in a way. So it's exactly what he won to, that dream of being powerful as a little guy. I think he connected with that kind of aspect of it.
Did he push you in the river?
There might have been some pushing.
There's a little bit of pushing in that book, but yeah, not too much, just some light pushing. Well, that's great. I should give you a little guy next time I see you. I have lots of little dolls of them. They're really fun to hide around the house.
That's amazing.
Well, if nobody has any more questions for Ben, I think he might be able to share something else secret with us that isn't just things in his sketchbook. Ben, do you have something secret you could show us?
So kind of funny thing here happened was I finished making the book Narwhal Corn and Jelly, and I just finished about a month and a half ago now. And then
so fast.
What's that?
You're so fast. I'm so impressed.
Oh yeah, I do. Since using the iPad more, it's been going much quicker for me. But it really depends upon the book. But after making it, I suddenly had the idea of a comic that I had wished I had put in it, but it's too late at this point for it to appear in the physical book, at least for the first edition. So it won't be in the first edition. It might be in a future edition of the book, another printing. Let me see if I can share here. So this is a comic, and those familiar with Narwhal and Jelly will recognize the characters in here, because it's not Narwhal and Jelly, but instead kind of their own characters.
Well, I think we're all familiar with Narwhal and Jelly. I think after your drawing lesson, we are all experts at drawing Narwhal and Jelly.
So this is Super Waffle and Strawberry Sidekick and the Poppycorn Party by Jelly. And for this one, some of the pictures are kind of finished. Some are still sketches, because I haven't actually quite finished it yet, but you'll get a good feel, I think, for where it's going. Super Waffle and Strawberry Sidekick have had a jam-packed day. They battled a big bad banana. You better split. Defeated a dangerous donut. Donut mess with me. And toppled a tempestuous teacup. I'm really steamed. Oof. I'm so very tired. Time for bed. But before Strawberry Sidekick can hit the hay, some unicorns invite them to come partay. They've heard of a hot new spot, a popular place called the microwave. Soon everyone is hopping, popping, and showing no sign of stopping. Everyone except Strawberry. Strawberry Sidekick is feeling burned out. Literally. He wants to go, but try as he might, that door is closed tight. Zapped and trapped, Strawberry Sidekick needs some help. But Super Waffle is too busy moving and grooving to listen properly. The door is jammed. What did you say? You like this jam? Me too. If only Strawberry Sidekick had some super idea that would get everyone to want to listen and leave. Hey, you lot, I know an even better spot. It's unbelievable. Cool. Ding, boom. Soon everyone is rocking and rolling once more, but now with salt and butter. Wibble wobble. Everyone, that is, except Strawberry.
I like that he's thinking of himself being asleep. That's a very simple mind. Oh man, that's really cute, Ben. That's really cute. I love all your food-based comics. What do you like on your popcorn?
What do I like on my popcorn? Oh, yeah. So actually this probably won't sound good, but it really is. Nutritional yeast.
Me too. Has anyone ever had it? It's so good. It's like cheese. It tastes like cheese. I know it sounds kind of gross and like it's too healthy, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's actually like pretty decent for you, right? It's not, but it has its health benefits, but it's also like really delicious.
Yeah, and put a little butter or oil or whatever on there. Yeah, we gotta vote for butter. Maybe not strawberries. Maybe not. That's a little advanced. So that comic you drew and you've just got it kind of hanging out. You might put it into a book later, or what do you think?
Yeah, so it kind of fits with once you all see Narwhal Corn and Jelly, you'll see that it kind of goes with the book. So I think it's got to make it into a future edition at some point. But we'll see when that actually happens. So that's actually other than my editors and stuff, you're the first to see this. Wow,
that's pretty special. Don't tell anyone, okay? Don't tell anyone that you saw this. We're kidding. You can. It's cool. Tell your friends.
Absolutely.
I loved seeing it. It was really fun drawing with you.
Likewise. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and talking books and making some creatures. It's been fun.
Yeah. And can you tell us again when the next Narwhal and Jelly book is so we can put it on our calendars?
Yeah, thanks. It'll be out in October 3rd, 4th, one of those days.
Okay. So in the fall
is the release date for Narwhal Corn and Jelly. Yeah, in the fall.
I have read this book. I got a super secret sneak preview of it, and I have to tell you that it's amazing. I think it is my favorite one so far. Possibly because, and this is not a spoiler, the cover shows Narwhal with some legs, which is pretty hilarious. So yeah, there's gonna be some of that. There's gonna be some sweet legs in there. Very excited. All right. Well, thank you.
I thought I was sharing my screen with you all. I was pulling up to share the cover. I just realized, oh no, I'm just doing that on my own screen here.
You're just admiring your own drawings like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have your author copies yet. They're still being made. We're all having to be patient. Oh yeah, here is the awesome cover. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? I want a whole movie about this guy. He looks so fun. And the star is back. This is awesome.
That was a fun one to make. Yeah. It's also kind of the quirkiest of the stories maybe so far, which also, I don't know, I like kind of weird off the wall stuff. So this one is, I think, probably my favorite of the lot so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, usually whatever the newest book is, though, will be the favorite. Hopefully you get better and better every time you make a book.
That's the idea, right? Yeah. I don't know. At least anytime I'm working, it's always that next project that you're like, yeah, this is it. This is the one. This is my ultimate. And then it comes out and you're like, I can do better.
Yeah, I got one more idea for a comic about popcorn for this, even though it's too late.
Exactly. I tried to get it in on time, but it didn't work. Oh, yeah, come on over. Okay, go ahead. Go for it.
Well, on that note, someone has to go potty.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks so much, Vera. I've had a blast, and thanks for taking some time to do some drawing and book talk with me.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for teaching me how to draw Narwhal and Jelly. I think I did okay the first time, but I think I'm going to keep practicing and they're going to get better and better every time. That's how it works. And hopefully we can hang out in person soon. We actually don't live too far away from each other.
Yeah, that's right. I can't wait.
Yeah, maybe we can hang out at a bookstore, perhaps an indie bookstore someday. That's a thing that happens. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Big round of applause for Ben. I can hear you all the way from New York. This is great. Have a great afternoon, okay?
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.